My name is Millie Curley. I live just up the road in Manchester, Iowa, and I started quilting in 1989 because I made all the clothes for my children. Couldn't bear to throw away the cutting scraps, and then somehow I got introduced to the magical world of quilting, and I had something to do with all those scraps. Now I make mostly quilts and not so many clothes, but it just kind of gives me a really creative outlet, a therapeutic outlet, just a way to be creative, which is wonderful. The first time I ever tried this feather design.
First time.
First time. It was
Now, people don't want to hear that, by the way, because when it's first time and you take a look at that,
okay,
you're like, okay, is that really the case?
That's really the case for this feather design. The thing is, we had an outstanding teacher in our class today, and she would demonstrate a feather on a whiteboard. We would draw it over and over in our sketchbooks, going from, this one is from left to right like you read, so that makes it easier. Then we would have to do the same thing reversed and go from right to left, and then we'd have to go bottom to top and top to bottom. That way, if you were doing something like this around the whole edge of a quilt, you could travel all the directions, because with a long arm, you can't simply rotate the quilt under the sewing machine, like a home sewing machine. You're stuck in this position. So she taught us how to do it in all the directions. We sketched and sketched and sketched until my hands are covered with pencil lead and all that. And then we would come out and practice. And that was the really fun aspect of the class. Besides, our teacher was just so much fun and vibrant and full of information. And she told us all of her secrets. And she's a top prize winning quilter, and cut the learning curve for us in a lot of things, because she could tell us, here's how I figured out how to do this. And we could leap over all the initial mistakes we might make trying to design something and learn from her experience, which was so valuable and generous on her part to do that. So she would demonstrate, and then we'd draw, then we'd come out and sew. Then we'd go back and learn a new feather pattern. We probably learned 6 main feather types today, and then theme and variation on all of those. So I probably have a sketchbook with 20 different kinds of feathers I could do now. Because if I came back in 6 months or a year and did the exact same class, it wouldn't be the exact same class, because I would come in at a different skill level. I could try new challenges, and grow more. So, you're just bringing, it's cumulative. Just keep trying new things, and this is fun, and make sure you're having fun. And learning, to me, is fun. I always told my students when I was teaching school, I teach because I love to learn. And I do. I just thrive on learning. So if you go about this as, what can I learn? What can I do? And how can I make people happy? Nothing better than wrapping a quilt around somebody and being able to show your love and your care and your concern in a way that also gives you the chance to be totally creative. Definitely try it. Come with a growth mindset. Come with the idea that I can learn something. I can take something away. Even if it's 1 out of the 6 feather types that you try, you find something that you're really drawn to, you'll get something out of the class. The more open you are to the learning, the more you'll take with you. I would take the same class again in 6 months if it were offered, because I know I would learn more things the next time around. And it's just always good to hang out with someone who's better than you are. I was thinking about this. I signed up for a class today, and I'll be back tomorrow. And that's a good chunk of change, but it's an investment in what I want to do with my time and my life, an investment in me and my creativity and what I can make. And it's totally worth that, because if I were sitting home trying to figure these things out myself, I can't teach myself things I don't know how to do. I can practice and try, I can watch YouTube videos, but to really elevate, I'm, working with somebody who is, I'm here and she's way up here. She challenges me in a way that I feel like, yeah, I can get better, I can get better, I can get better.